lot of guys think that that's absurd to think that it's bad and so or there's any negatives to being exposed to women that you're highly attracted to. And that's because most of my audience is in the United States where getting a six, it seems like a blessing. And I'm not even exaggerating. Even for a guy that looks like myself, that takes care of myself and dresses the way I do and have a status, even obtaining a six somewhere in Texas is a fucking miracle. Like it's asking for too much. Almost. It's almost asking for too much. Now, the reason why I decided to go on this journey around the world to live abroad, and of course I'm single as I do it, so I date women in pretty much every city I go to, as I should. The reason I did that was because when I was in the United States, when I was in Dallas, Texas, I was doing very well for myself, right? I had my own barbershop. At one point I had two barbershops. I did not have three. I don't know why people say that, but I had two barbershops. And I was making over 10 grand a month cutting hair on alone, plus the other commission I was getting from the other barbershop. And I did this thinking like, I didn't really have a problem getting women and girls in high school, or I started noticing a little bit of college, and when I dropped out of college, got a little better. And then I was like, well, you know what? Common sense as a man, you need to improve your finances and improve your looks and, work on yourself. The only thing about it is I noticed in the United States, it's an endless self journey, meaning that which you should always improve yourself. For example, recently I got this haircut. I think I look better with this haircut now. That's a form of self improvement. Maybe one day I think I'll look better. You never know. But the thing is, your ROI living in Texas is ridiculously low. Or we could say the states in general, because I'm not the only guy that feels like this. But the ROI that you have is so low, it starts to feel like, okay, what am I actually getting out of putting all this work in on myself? So I was like, I'm going to switch everything, go to a whole nother country. And I went to Brazil. And the work I had done on myself was being appreciated, being recognized. And I was getting the results that I should have gotten, if not better, that entire time I was living in Texas. When I come back to Texas, the chicks that I'm sleeping with, I mean, every now and then I would get a chick that was like attractive, yeah, but, or at least let's say above average. But it was usually like average or just the phone call before the lotion. For you guys that don't know what I mean when I say that, meaning that this is the chick that you call right before you're about to jack off. Like, if she don't answer the phone, fuck it, I'm about to do it myself. Yeah. A guy that looks like me had to deal with that. So I can only imagine with somebody. That's why I tell you guys to get in shape and you do need to work on yourself. Because if I was going through that, if you're fat and out of shape and you ain't been taking care of your teeth and cutting your hair, I know you shit out of luck. So when I experienced that, I said, you know what, I'm going to go to Brazil. And then I had an issue in Brazil, which caused me, I wanted to travel the world anyway, but I had an issue in Brazil that made me leave, or I didn't have to, but I chose to leave. And I was like, I'm going to try as much as I can now. I'm going to figure out what everything is about. So I went to 4 countries in Asia. Now I'm at 4 countries in Europe. I've been to 7 countries in Africa. I believe I've been to 8 countries in Latin America. And I've been to about 44 or 45 cities all around the world. Pretty much the only place I haven't been to is Australia. And I did this by creating a remote income and by keeping an open mind and by what you see me on now, which is YouTube, which is primarily what funded this entire trip, and people like you that have been watching, that have been donating, has made this journey a lot easier. I was traveling before I got donations, but because of you guys, donating has become a lot easier. If you guys want to know how you can date abroad, live abroad, obtain visas, and you want to know more information about getting remote income, I have a one-on-one coaching program, and you can email me at austinholloman@gmail.com. The landing page is still under construction, but it is available for you guys to sign up for. Actually, there's a booking link that I'll put below that you can sign up, pick a time. And guys, this is a high ticket item. If you don't have, if you're not financially ready to invest, I forgot to mention that, invest, date, and obtain visas in these other countries, those three are not going to be for you. But if you're looking for remote income, I can't help you with that. So if you have no money, yes, we can talk about that. But those other three that I just mentioned, don't bother with those, because it doesn't matter dating abroad if you don't have the money to get over there in the first place. But I can help you with all of those. So click the link below and book today, and let's continue on with the video. Now, I said I did that using my remote income on YouTube, and what I would do is I would go places where I could stay for extended periods of time, like Brazil. I stayed in Brazil 3 months. You can stay up to 6 months at this time of the video is being made. I went to Thailand. You can only stay 45 days. When I went now, I believe it's 30, but I'm not really into Asian women like that anyway, so I wasn't too interested. I was never going to overstay my visa in Thailand. Like I would, because I love the city, but I would not overstay because of I'm having such a fun time dating. Like, I was actually dating other foreigners, and yes, I smashed plenty of Thai chicks while I was there. Many of them, but that fantasy fetish eventually ran out. For me. That's what they just were, was a fantasy fetish. So I got exposed to my favorites, which were the Brazilians, and then I went to Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines. I didn't even go on one date in the Philippines. I'm really not interested. That doesn't mean I won't do it. I won't date Asian women, but I'm just not. I'm not losing 1 hour of sleep not going on a date in the Philippines. Like, I don't care. But I got exposed to that. Then I got exposed to the African women. And I was like, wow, I really like how the Kenyan women behave. I like how the Tanzanian women look and behave. Same with the Kenyan women. I like how they look. I mean, who can go to Africa and not be satisfied with black women that are extremely friendly and that are beautiful, and everybody got ass? I mean, you cannot go over there and not notice how well fed those women are. Just saying. But yeah, I did that. I went all around South America. I've recently came here to Spain. I've been exposed to that. We'll get more into that later on in the video. I've been to Portugal. I've been to Romania. I've been to Poland. And guys, I don't regret any of this. And we got a lot of haters. We got so many haters that say Austin is struggling dating abroad. Listen, the amount of experiences I've had, if I could write this all in the book, you would think I was 60 years old. So I've enjoyed life a lot now, and I will look back. I don't give a damn if I go broke. God forbid. That's not the plan. But if I went broke, I would not regret anything. I've lived my life. I could die today. God forbid. And I would not regret anything. And I really think young men should do